We're gonna start, we're gonna try. I just like to get Ed's whiteboard discussions out, especially the 7 a.m. when he's really crisp. Get them out a little bit before he's tired at 10 o'clock. Get them out a little bit. And very recently he was harping, and this is our nutrition chalkboard, and every week we put a new tip up. And this one, I had a tip ready, but what he did at the whiteboard, I thought, this is a great tip because it applies to both exercise and diet and sleep and your purpose in life. Like, it sort of applied to everything. But Tracy Mallow and I, back in the day, drew this up when we were at CrossFit St. Pete in like 2007 or 8. And it was how many hours you have in a day and how you should be able to take care of yourself in 24 hours. And back then we were younger and we trained younger people. And so on the pre-retirement wheel, we gave you, there was time to exercise, there was time to eat and prep, there was time to sleep and time to work. Well, now we're older and we train old people. And we have this new pie shape right here that's 8 free hours that we're not working. And Ed was harping on, what are your excuses for not being prepared on meals and exercise and...
Yeah, so what it was, those of you that either weren't here or those of you that are not part of our gym, we take attendance every month. And basically, if you look at the first 4 months of the year, believe it or not, there's about 13, if you train Monday, Wednesday, Friday, there's about 13 training days in a month. And we didn't want to call out people that didn't show up. We wanted to pat people on the back that did show up. And then what we said is, let's do the honor roll system. So back in our school days, if you had an A average, we called that the principal's honor roll, right? So if you came 13 out of 13 times, that's 100%. If you came 12 out of 13 times, that's in the A category, 90 and above. If you came 11 out of 13, it's about 85%. You got a B, you're still in the honor roll, but you're not in the principal's honor roll. And if you got 10 or less, you got a C. Your name is not on this list with a beautiful color. The mathematics looked a little bit like this. I'm going to just try to spin this off without doing the math. There were 30 days in April. There's 24 hours in a day. Sam gives each of you 8 hours a day to sleep. Now, most of you look at me and laugh.
There it is.
Yeah, you laugh and you're like, 8 hours in a day? I never sleep 8 hours a day. I can't sleep 8 hours a day. I don't even lay in bed. Well, that makes the story worse.
Yes.
But basically, if you take 24 hours times 30, and you take 8 times 30, you have 480 hours in a month. I think that's bigger than even in a day. You have 480 hours in a month. We want you to come show up 13 of those 480 hours.
Or 3 times a week.
Or 3 times a week, essentially. I think what Sam is saying here is you've earned the right now. Now, many of our athletes still work, which I understand. But you've earned the right now to try to lean more into your health. And what better way to lean into your health than nutrition, exercise, sleep, social, or should I say stress management, right? Like walking, relationships, those kind of things. So with that, Sam was trying to identify under retirement, what are you doing with your free time?
Yeah, and I even think for those that have chosen, and Ed and I have said that we always want to coach. We enjoy it. So even, in a couple of years when we don't own the gym anymore, we hope to coach somewhere, hopefully here. But that will be the time where we spend, I will cook dinner at night for us instead of meal prepping on Sunday. I'll probably put a little bit more time into mobility and cardio and the things that we don't always have time to check all of the boxes during the week, right? And you could say, if you want to keep working, that's great. We want to too. We just don't want to be those people who cut it off and fall off the cliff. And some people do great with that, but there's more of a reason to spend more energy on your health when you get older because it's a lot harder to keep it up. It's harder to keep muscle mass on. It's harder to keep body fat off. It's harder. And so, you know, our world technically has given us a little bit more time to focus on our health. Plus, if you have kids, if you have families, you know, being a burden's not a good idea, and so taking care of yourself helps you help your family as well.
I think the only other piece that we talk about at the whiteboard, I use a little bit of a different word. I know Sam is deep into a book where she's talking to me about, the word might be sacrifices. We use the word concessions. A concession is, I can't bend over and tie my shoes anymore, so I'm gonna get slip-on shoes. I can't put my dishes up on the cupboard anymore because I can't raise my shoulders, so I don't use that space. I can't see my toenails nor touch my toenails, so I go somewhere to have my toenails cut. I can't travel anymore because, well, quite honestly,
Can't make it through the airport.
I can't make it through the airport anymore. And so those are concessions that we make along the way. And we say this all the time, like almost every day, every week, every month, you see somebody make a concession instead of maybe leaning into it or
leaning into the discomfort it takes to
absolutely
to get over that hurdle. There are new hurdles when we get older. One of our athletes coined the term death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah.
It's like Ed has a shoulder issue, and the next thing you know, he's got a knee issue, and then he missed a box jump, and they just start to pile up, and it's like death by 1,000 paper cuts. None of these things are going to kill us, but they're so irritating, and they're more common the older we get.
Yep, so
Lean into it.
that is week 19. Sam has a new one every week. Hopefully those of you that are not here, maybe she'll scroll that camera over
Yeah.
and scroll it back when we do the whiteboards.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thanks for listening.